starts, with the thing. Hey
there.
Welcome to 2026. Woo!
Yay!
We made it.
You aren't lying. It's awesome. This is the year of the horse, the Iron Horse. That's what we're doing. We're doing another one.
And the drawing is at Iron Horse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Put that together. We got Heidi Haro here tonight.
It's Heidi.
Hello, Heidi.
Yes. If you don't know who Heidi Haro is, you have to Google her. Okay. We'll tell you more about who Heidi is, but we're going to have Heidi hang out for a second while Athena and I catch you guys up on, everything is just popping now that we got through past the holidays. And Athena, you were just telling me that you've been on the phone all day, right?
Yeah, I've been on the phone all day. I've been working on motorcycles and on the phone, so it's been pretty cool. I got a lot of my last stuff out. I did a couple services over the last few days, and a detail, so that was cool. And that's all out of my way. So, I spoke to Paco, getting the specs to the frame. They're going to expeditiously go ahead and get to it. I do know that the motor's leaving S&S sometime this week. I spoke to Scott at BDL. They're excited. I follow up again tomorrow with Baker just to see exactly ship dates and what's going on. And
tell people now. Of course, you know what all this means, but BDL. So BDL would be for
Belt Drives Limited, and they're a fantastic company. And we are looking at some of their belt drives that they use. I want to make things really cool with this bike, and I want to have some older school look with some updated parts. So they make this really cool belt drive that a real starter, you don't have to have a bunch of pieces to make the starter attached to it. It's quality product. And you know me, I love my quality American made product. So we're doing it. Yeah.
And then Baker, again, Google it if you don't know. But anyway, that would be the transmission.
Yep. And I left a message at Legends today, although they're closed till the 4th of January, but the message is still on. So I made sure that I pushed the right digits and left someone a message to say, hey, change your message. Happy holidays. I love it. That's fabulous. So and I've had some really good calls, people wanting to know how they can be involved. I sent Brian Clock a text message today, hey, I know what I want. And,
and he was just you just tell me when you're ready. What you need. So
everybody, Easy Riders, Cycle Source, they're ready to have us on, and cover more. It's just so exciting.
Yeah, it really is. We had a meeting. I do more on the planning side of things. You're the bike builder, and so we had a meeting with the museum on Monday and talked with Heidi and her staff. So that was yesterday. It was only yesterday.
I know.
So we were talking about some of our schedules, and I'm going to let her tell you about the raffle. So we're going to talk about that in a bit. But we had another meeting with our title sponsor today, Glenn. And guess what? You know how we've talked about how this whole story, it's like a person who wins the bike also wins this story that goes with the bike, which, to me is as valuable as the bike itself.
Absolutely.
And Glenn said he wants the story to continue after the bike has been won. And he would like to fly the person out to Las Vegas and get the bike transported out to Las Vegas for the SEMA show.
Oh, how fabulous.
Yes, this fall.
That's so cool.
I know. Is that kick butt?
Now you win a bike and a trip to Vegas. Oh.
I know. I am telling you that it's just going to keep being the biggest thing that has happened,
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Generous people. But Glenn Larson Law and his arm of his law firm with the Biker Wolfpack Law, he is all in. He's 120% in, or is there, maybe there's more, maybe 200. I don't know. Something like that. I don't do all that stuff, Heidi. We just talked about that. It's whatever. But anyway, but yeah, so we've got somebody who stepped up and wants to help us with the printing. So I've got to call her. I kind of didn't get to all my phone calls today because I just got off of another call where I had an hour-long presentation I did for Road Guardians. So in between, I'm doing all that. Anyway, I really want to get to our guests. Are you ready, Athena? Are you ready, Heidi?
I'm so ready. I'm sorry. I was taken back for a minute there because that announcement, again, on top of all the incredible things that are happening with this motorcycle, I mean, I'm already honored, but it just seems to exponentially just check off the things on my list of I've worked really hard for decades to be able to do what I do and enjoy the people I'm around, like yourselves. And wow, I almost had a tear there. No crying in motorcycles. Damn
maybe I should have asked Glenn if I could announce it before.
It's okay.
Well, now it's there.
Yep, now it's there.
There it is. And yeah, I'm ready to get to Miss Heidi, one of the most incredibly awesome women. You just to even sit across the room from her, she's magnetic. I was magnetized the first time I saw her before I even knew who she was. And she's fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, things have. I've been tracking the museum for years, as you know. Friends with people through the years with the museum, and I even mentioned to you last year. I'm like, wow. I mean, something changed here. There's a new energy. There is something going on, and it's really due to Heidi's leadership and her vision and she, of course, she works with the board of directors. She works with other people, but she's taking the museum in a new direction. And for many of us, I know Athena and I are very into motorcycle history and where motorcycles came from and protecting motorcycles for the future and all of those things. So to us, protecting the museum, I mean, it's such a precious asset to us.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
When I met both of you this summer, I mean, one of the conversations I think within minutes of talking to both of you was what the museum does. It honors the rides and builds the legacy. And how do we honor that legacy? And how do we keep that legacy? And it means in so many different ways. It's people's stories. It's people's lives. It's what they dedicated themselves to. And so our mission is to save that, to honor it. And so this whole thing that happened when Vicki won the engine and Athena agreed to do it, and then we get all these people involved, is all part of that, like saving a legacy or sharing a legacy with the next generation of bikers who will eventually get to see this bike and be a part of it. And so I'm just so excited to be a part of it. I can't tell you.
Yeah,
it's an honor to be a participant in this too. For what it does to, like you said, preserve our legacy and share it with the future. And I mean, like even Miss Vicki, like what she does and her legacy, not only through Road Guardians, but also she's a Hall of Famer, she's a member. And for her to put this forward, she won that motor. Most people would have scooped that up and been like, oh, that's it. I need another motorcycle in my garage. First thing that she did, like she always does, is she thought of how can she make her world and her community better by what just benefited her, which is why we all absolutely love and adore her. But that's who she is, and I just want to make sure everybody understands that. So
I know.
Oh, I do have a knucklehead and a couple other things.
It started with your dream, Vicki, and what this bike is starting to do, even as we talk today, and we don't even have the whole story of the bike yet, but what it's doing is taking all these stories. It's taking Athena's stories and Vicki's stories and anybody who's donating anything to the bike and Easy Rider story and just on, and it's taking all these stories and putting it into one something. And when whoever wins and whoever doesn't win, but that whole piece is going to have a ton of stories just in one bike.
It's like its own time capsule.
It is
right.
Did you know that the 250th birthday of the United States is this year, right? And that the federal government is encouraging people to put time capsules out there. So we're putting our own time capsule out there in a different, unique way that only motorcyclists can do.
Right.
Yes. That's so cool, Athena.
It is. I love it, and that's for us. That's what matters.
Okay,
Love it.
Erin is in the background, but Erin, write that down. We're building our 250
Our own time capsule. Like only motorcyclists can do. No one can do it like
the way
this.
that only we do. Wow.
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of go back to like, so I won this, and I'm like, what am I going to do? And my first thought was, I would want to build a bike that would look old school but be new school. And I mentioned it to my husband, and he, he'll support anything I want to do. But he's like, you want a what? He goes, you want a what? And I pointed out a pan head that was, that we came upon. I'm like that, but with that new motor in there. He goes, you can't just throw anything in there, And but it was like buzzing around in my head. But I had another thing that was kind of buzzing around in my head. And this is how we spark each other. This is how we grow each other. Is I will say that first it was Marilyn Stemp. She came up to me at the International Female Ride Day in Illinois, and she said to me, we just need to ask more people for things. We just need to ask. Sometimes we don't ask. And I was like, you're right. We should be asking for more. Then I get the tickets, and I'm like, okay, you're asking me to sell these tickets, so I'll just buy them. So anyway, so there was an ask, and I was like, okay, well, that's cool. I wouldn't have bought them. I wouldn't have even known really about it if I wouldn't have gotten the tickets in the mail. So thank you,
Right.
And so there was the asking. But then you came up to me when I was at the Pearls Jam and said to me, we should, we nonprofits, we should do something together. And as soon as I won that motor, I hadn't thought about that again until I won the motor. And then I just kept kind of hearing, like, we nonprofits should do something together. And it was the perfect thing, because I won't ever spend this much energy and time raising this kind of, raising money or doing this kind of thing if it doesn't benefit my nonprofit. I just can't as the executive director. But you're also an executive director, and we have a shared birthday.
Yes, we do. I don't know if you know that, Athena, but we have the same birthday. Me and Vicki do.
Same
You do?
day.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's
December 26th,
fabulous.
babies. December 26th, babies. So we're
December 26th.
And so anyway, it was like, so there was like this major connection, and I was like, I'm just going to call her and see what she thinks of this idea. And she was like, you want to do what? So I'm going to let you pick it up from there and tell me what were you thinking?
I think my whole thought was that we're stronger together than we are apart. And I think that that's true, not just for nonprofits, but for any of us, right? We're stronger together. When in my old job, I used to say to my team, Red Rover, send somebody over, let's go. We're stronger together than we ever are alone. And so that was my first initial thought, was just, I don't know how this means anything, but let's work together in whatever that means. And then you came up with the brainchild, so it's all on you. But I'm just so appreciative, because like you said, Athena, not a lot of people that won that engine would have turned around and given it back, So
no, not, and even if they handed back the engine, they would not a lot of people would have gone above and beyond to make it a time capsule.
Yeah,
I think we might have a name for the motorcycle.
I think we do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Miss Heidi. Okay, it'll be in there somewhere. That's funny.
And it just suits really well with both the museum and even just Road Guardians,
Yes. Yeah.
Time and protection and
very much so.
Yeah, so
I love that.
And who came up with the idea of the Project Guardians and protecting our past and our future? That was Penny Oseki from.
Oh yeah.
I had a phone call with her, and I was talking with her, and she says, your project needs a name. And I was like, oh, I'm going to have to think about that. And then as we went on, she was like, it should be something like Project Guardians. And I'm like, that's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
And so anyway, she came up with both of those. So credit where credit is due.
Oh, I love Miss Penny. She's so good. She's fabulous, like Miss Erin and Miss Heidi's staff. Oh, and just so you know, Miss Heidi's daughter makes the best freaking barbecue sauce ever in the world. You will never be the same. If you ever have it, you're ruined. Just saying.
She does make some good barbecue sauce.
She needs to bottle it so we can sell it for sure. I'll buy at least 1,000 bottles of it. It's so good.
Well, now I'm curious.
We'll make sure we have some at the rally. How's that?
Yes.
We're having an AMCA meet at we're in a few weeks in Milwaukee at the guy who started Carmex.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He just bought a big building. He is an antique writer, has a collection of old iron, and he has an big old organ, a huge organ in his building. And we're having a barbecue and a social at his building, dancing around the bikes.
When is this?
How cool.
And on January 24th. Want to come?
Oh, how fun.
Oh, yeah. I'll be busy working on a motorcycle. Otherwise, I'd be there.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll be busy.
Heidi's
That's
like,
funny.
I know. I'm like,
Maybe.
I'll pick you up. I'll pick you up at the airport. So
It's warmer there, that's for sure, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That's funny.
So anyway, so back to Heidi in the museum. So like I think this has, like as we were trying to, the next thing we were doing was like, we're like, well, how are we going to do this? Like, how could we do this together? How's that going to even work? And it became much less complicated when we were like, you know what, let's just, Road Guardians will build the bike, we'll donate it to the museum does the raffle, because that just makes it so much easier than trying to keep track of so much stuff and trying to, split up pennies and that kind of stuff. So anyway, so that's kind of the direction that we decided to take. But Heidi, you kind of surprised me yesterday with some great news about the raffle.
Yeah, well, we've got permission from the state and the city to start selling it February 1st. So my girls that are just amazing, everything that the things that make us look good come from them. I'm telling you what.
Oh,
they're so good at what they
takes
do.
a village, right?
Oh my gosh. But so we will have them up and ready. We'll be getting that to Vicki here in the next 10 days hopefully, and we'll have the QR codes out and the website ready to go so that people can go on and start buying their tickets.
I love it.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
I mean, we're talking about in 3 weeks we'll be able to start buying tickets. So we're going to get that. We're going to get that stuff all put together where we'll have our QR codes out there. So that's going to be wonderful. Tickets are only $25 a piece, or you can buy 500. Yep. We wanted to go off of that theme because the museum is celebrating its 25th anniversary this year. So that is perfect. And we wanted it to be affordable for anybody who wanted a ticket. We didn't want that to be a factor that would make it hard for them to do.
You know what I love about raffles? I love raffles because everybody gets a chance. Everyone has the same chance.
Yeah.
Where other ways maybe the common folk don't always get a chance like the other guys do. But I love raffles for that reason.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. I can't wait. I'm so excited about the fact that like the month of January is going to be like, it's like a newborn, like you start at the beginning of the calendar. And then when we look back at this time next year, what a story it's going to be. It's going to be so exciting.
I can't wait because it keeps growing. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I was telling Vicki that I was asking her a couple of questions of financial questions, and I said, I come from corporate America. I got to know where this is going, and I just think I just think every time I talk to Vicki, there's something new and bigger and greater. So I just can't imagine where we're going to end in 6 months from now.
I know, it's just because everybody's so excited. I got to tell you, Tommy Snydergaard is on the call here. He's watching, and he's the guy I was telling you about from Panama City who does Thunder Beach Rally.
Oh, yeah.
He does that museum of old and new. And he reached out to me. Remember, I was talking to you about that. Yeah. So he's here. He's watching this, and he's excited about it. We've got Iron and Chrome Collective, a museum on wheels. That's the one he's talking about.
Okay.
Tommy. And we've got Bob Cunningham on here. A huge
Kevin Carpenter.
Charlie Crew. We're gonna get Charlie. We're gonna get Charlie. You get your butt down there to Athena's shop because you're gonna be one of our celebrity people, builders who comes on in and helps turn a few.
That's right. Yeah, bring your lovely wife too, because she's very handy in the shop.
Yes,
she's her own up and coming builder too. That one, I love it. It's absolutely fabulous. So I wanted to say, Miss Heidi, I was going to ask you. So when it comes down to what the museum does and how the workings of the museum go on every year, it's by fundraising, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Can you
we
explain?
Do it with all of you. Yep. we couldn't do it. It's such an honor. I can't explain to you how I feel about this and my staff feels about that, but it is such an honor to preserve this history. We can't even explain it. And every time we turn around, we're finding something new and something that we want to save and something that we want to do, and or we want to archive, or we want to do something about it. And we have gotten as far as we've gotten with everyone's help, and we couldn't have done it with anybody else. We couldn't have done it without everybody's help. We have some really great vision for the future, and this is some of it. But we would love to have an archivist who could really archive people's stories. I mean, that's huge, right?
Right.
Before the stories go away and we lose them.
Right.
And we can only do things like that, and also have curated items in there. We can't do it without all of your guys' love and support and financial support. So.
And I tell everybody when they go to Sturgis, especially the Sturgis virgins, when they ask me, "Oh, you go to Sturgis all the time, and I can't wait to go." And I tell them, you have to go to the museum. No matter what else you do, it's always a party, you have a good time and all that, but you have to go to the museum. And I tell them, once you go every year, just to go to see what's new.
I know. I have been there for 2 years, and I cannot tell you how many people have come in the 2 years that I've been in there that have said, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe what's in here." But even further than that, I can't tell you the stories that it provokes within people. They'll say things like, "Oh, my dad taught me how to ride that," or, "Oh, I had one of those," or, I was served in the military with that," or there was just, or some guy I knew, and it brings tears to people's eyes. So it's more than just looking at really beautiful bikes. It's the stories behind those bikes and what that provokes within people, those memories and stories that they tell their kids then and stuff. So.
You absolutely have the best motorcycle job there is in all of motorcyclism. that's
in all of motorcyclism.
That's Charlie Bretzel. He called it motorcyclism. That was our man. Yep, Charlie. That was his word. But yeah. So wow, that was a cool flashback. Thanks for that memory, because that was awesome. I love that man. He's still with me all the time. All of us. Yeah, but so it's like crazy because like when it comes down to it, when you walk in, again, things, they don't just move around, but you add to it. There's always more flavor. There's more things. And like you said, you're putting things in that we're going to pass on to the future generation. So for all you youngins out there that you get to see this, or you're not watching now, but you see it later, make sure when you go to Sturgis, you go to the museum. And if you can,
it is its own version of its own time capsule that does that speaks to not only the rally but to the motorcycle industry. But it tells stories that it's just incredible. The stories that are being told in that place. It's just incredible.
Yeah.
See, that used to be the post office. I remember going there. Mm-hmm. And sending postcards, because back in the old days, that was the thing to do everywhere you went. You had to send postcards to people.
I just did a little research on it, and before it became the post office, it was for that area right there. That spot right there was a saloon, and then right after it was a saloon, it was a church, and now it became a post office. So that would be Sturgis for you right there: a saloon and a church and a post office.
Wow,
I love it. That's fabulous.
And now a motorcycle museum.
Yeah.
So can I ask you ladies, what's the one thing that you can have out of this for yourself that personally is going to make you feel like you did everything and then a bag of chips? What's the one thing at the end? Like, I know what mine is, and I'll start with me, but I can't wait for the day when they pull the ticket and that person comes over and the tears just come down their face because they won that motorcycle. That's mine.
They might not be there, but I'm going to be.
Somebody's going to be there to cry. I'm going to cry.
I'm going to cry.
I'll cry with you.
I'm going to cry just because it's going to be such an exciting moment. So it just, and everything that has happened, for me, this is about the journey. It's not about the destination. I'll be thrilled for the outcome, I'm sure. But to me, it's the journey we are walking. That's my biggest take from it.
Yeah, and for me, this is so cliche, but it's totally true. Is the preserving the history. I would love to see that motorcycle in the motorcycle museum at some point in its
I know,
life.
wouldn't that be?
Like later on in its life, like
Yes.
it's just come
Right
full
at first.
circle, and then tell the story that these three ladies got together, and this is what happened, and here you see this bike and all these people, all these names that are on it, and all, so. Yeah.
My heart felt old the minute you said that, because I'm just like, oh my goodness. Because again, I'm honored to do all this, but there's just every time there's a new, those little Batman bubbles in the comic strips, and they're talking or whatever. My brain just sees this one says SEMA. You're like, oh, one day I end up back in the museum. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, that's even a possibility. I didn't even think about any of that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, but that's something else too, is I think that we're going to inspire so many at all different age ranges to go ahead and just jump off the cliff without a parachute, not literally per se, but chase that dream. What is the country song says? Chase your dreams because they won't chase you back.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it'll inspire them to make their own history that in the future, I mean, because I don't think any of us, I wasn't living past 40, so I didn't figure about leaving a legacy, you know what I mean? But one's been built based on my love and passion for motorcycles from a young age. So I guess that's where the universe wanted to take me. But so I don't know. It's so crazy and surreal that this is even happening. Sorry,
I'm just wondering if maybe Jason Momoa would come up there and give the bike.
There you go.
So you just put it in the universe. So yeah,
hey,
like listen, hey Jason, funny.
Jason.
Either him or the guy from 1923 that plays the son that went off to what's Spencer on 1923, the Dutton kid.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys watch. Oh,
I don't watch it, but when you say Dutton Kid, I know you're talking about like Yellowstone in 1923. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a definitely, him and Jason Momoa would make really good presenters on the stage to like.
So she's throwing another one out there in the universe.
Well, just have a backup or two, or maybe we get both. We get lucky, So, wow, hey, that's pretty cool. I love it.
I see Ginger's on here. Colette. Couple of my Women in Motion road guards. They are so they do a lot of stuff with us. And
Aaron said that Portland Abate is on watching.
Yeah, Tony Pan, my husband.
Love Tony and Tommy from Panama City. That's the Thunder Beach rally, right?
Yes. Yep.
That is an absolutely fabulous rally. I have not yet had the opportunity to go, especially being a Florida girl. You'd think I would have, but that is definitely on my list to attend. So I'm looking forward to this year.
April 28th through May 2nd, I believe it is.
I love it.
So that first weekend of May. So we will be celebrating International Female Ride Day at the Thunder Beach Rally this year.
Okay. So, fabulous.
Yeah, Heidi's making her list of where she has to go.
I am. I'm like, oh damn, I want to go all these places. God, you never know what God has planned for you. And like I said, I was in higher ed for my whole entire life, and through a state Senate bill, I lost my position. Just the way it worked, and I can't even. If you asked me to pick my career, I would have not even have thought of this career. Like this wouldn't have even been on anything I thought of. But sometimes it comes that way to you, and it has been the best 2 years of my life. I can't explain it. I mean, you guys understand it. You've been in it for a long time, but
it wasn't a plan for me either. It was just a passion, and. What's really cool, I think, too, about all of this is the fact that all the companies are coming together to make this happen for us with the motorcycle and the parts and all that stuff like that. But then the incredible sponsors that we have to make sure that the expenses that nobody thinks about behind the scenes to make all these things happen. There's events that want to have this bike on display so that they can promote it, so that we can do just what we said, preserve our history and share it with the future through the museum. So everybody's on board, but that costs that up. There's travel and there's the equipment and the graphics, and there's, you have to get the permitting for the raffles and the insurances and all these things. And so Miss Vicki's doing a bang up job. Her and her team have been going at it. I know you and your team have been going after it and making sure all those, I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. Where me, I feel like, you know, I'm doing an important part, but nobody ever really gets to see behind the scenes of what is involved in all of this. So I'm honored to just even work with you guys. It's crazy to see how absolutely very effective and efficient you are. And when you got your eye on the ball and it's not bouncing out in the street, you're kicking it where you want it to go. So
if there's any groups or organizations, businesses that would be willing to donate to this project, there are all those costs, those other little things, not
all of
little
it,
because the insurance is very expensive. But there are many things that are going to come into play, including building the story of the motorcycle. Once the motorcycle gets built, then it's going to make a very slow trek via different events. But we have to insure the people who are going to be taking the bike. We got to get the bike to the places. People have to have a place to stay. So we're going to have expenses just related to that slow trek it's going to make from Florida to Sturgis, and we're going to document that whole thing too and keep the story going. And hopefully you'll get to see the bike.
Yeah, and you want to tell everybody how they can help out. I mean, they all know they can reach out to me at the shop. Anybody who wants to participate in the actual build with parts and things that we need. And shout out, we have a whole page full, and I have a bunch more to give to Miss Vicki this week. So, but any other way that they can help out, please go ahead and shout it out to them now.
Everybody who helps will be recognized and you'll be part of this wonderful project and making history with us. So you can tell people, guess what? I was part of that when it all is happening. So
yeah, and you can find that at the Road Guardians. That's so good. Miss Erin did such a good job on this whole thing. I'm telling you what.
Something she really brings it to life.
I love that logo. You guys, that was really fabulous too.
Yeah, I said that to Heidi. I'm like, what do you think? And she's like, oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Perfect.
And the colors they
match. You couldn't ask for better.
Nope.
I know.
It's fabulous.
So
yeah, it's fabulous. And so I'm looking forward to next week having some updates, and everybody that hasn't subscribed and followed onto the YouTube channel, do it. Please do it. If you're on Facebook or Instagram or any of that stuff, please go and share and like and, support, do the stuff.
And buy raffle tickets.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's going to be it. Okay. Well, to everybody, thank you so much. We're trying to keep these a little bit shorter these weeks, and keep introducing you to people that are behind the scenes. Heidi, you got anything else you wanted to?
Yeah, I was just going to say to that point, you said buy raffle tickets. I just want to make sure everybody knows that it will be on our website by February 1st. So if you're sitting there waiting to buy it, it'll be on our website. So,
and we might put things out a little bit earlier, so you can just bookmark that. But the URL will take you to their page. It'll just say coming soon. But we're gonna make sure that it's very easy to get to that page, so you can buy the tickets. So all tickets will need to be bought online, at least if you're outside of South Dakota.
Right.
You bought online. Yeah. So that's
Yay.
Yeah. So it's almost there. Yeah, 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
I know.
It's exciting.
Yeah. Okay. And your ideas, guys, if you have ideas, be sure to shoot them to us too.
For sure.
It's a community project. So.
Yep.
All right.
All right. I love you. Love you both.
Back to work.
Yeah. I'm gonna go make dinner now. What is it? 9:00. That's about right for me. It's dinner time.
Yeah. Okay.
Fabulous. All right, kids.
Right.
Thanks, you guys. Bye.
Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye. All right. I think we're done.